So my name's Ali, and my film is called NB Breast Cancer, and it's about a drag performer and artist named Mike Hooves, who was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and the film sort of follows them through their journey coming to terms with that and sort of making sense of all of it, and tries to raise awareness towards non-binary and trans and two-spirit people with breast cancer.
And how did the project kind of come about?
It came about because I've been a fan of Mike's drag for quite some time. I work at a gay bar called Twisted Element doing all their sound and lighting, so I'm very involved with the drag scene, and all my friends are drag performers. So I've been a big fan of Mike, and when I found out they had cancer and they're doing a comic book series called NB Breast Cancer about their journey, I thought it would be really interesting to do sort of a documentary about that, use some of their comic, and really get their insight on something that's not talked about enough.
What are your expectations in terms of feedback from audience?
No expectations. I'm just hoping that the audience can take our message away from the film and that they can hear what we have to say and take something home with them and know a little bit more about the struggles of genderqueer people with breast cancer and the lack of resources and sort of the awareness we're trying to raise with the film.
And do you have a market outside of CIFF to try and broaden that message?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do and focus on next. We were just nominated for an Ampia Rosie Award for Best Student Film, so we're kind of focusing on that right now, and then we're going to submit to some more festivals and maybe see if we can get it on some sort of service to really boost that awareness. So.
Well, congrats on the nomination, and congrats on getting everything done, and just getting this film into CIFF.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
I have an experimental animation, a short film that I worked on at Struts Gallery in New Brunswick last year, funded by Calgary Arts Development. And it's about the matriarchs in my family, and it kind of covers a bit of a Cree teaching that I heard from an elder that was that when you open a circle you need to close it, and how that applies to sort of broader themes in life. And the narration is by myself, my mom, my grandma, my partner, and my two children, and so it's a family affair. They were all really involved in the process. It encompasses paper animation, stop motion, and candle making, 3D candle making. So
Have you done a lot of other animation besides this one?
This is my first animation that's a short film. The other ones that have been music videos for my band Ghostkeeper, for Misha and the Spanks, Oh Big Easy. Yeah, this is the first one that's actually been with the sound design and sort of like writing a script for it and that kind of thing.
And how long does it take to do this kind of animation?
A really long time. Yeah, I the month of serious focus at the gallery residency was amazing, but I'd say about 6 months after that part-time, just chipping away at it to actually get it done, hand it off to my editing collaborator Justin Scruns, and getting the titles done by another collaborator, Ryan Bourne. I feel like they just have a better eye for that thing, and I like the back and forth of collaborating with people that have that certain skill set. Yeah.
How does it feel to you to have this project represented on an international film festival like CIFF?
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, this is a second project. My other animation music video was in CIFF a couple years ago, and it's just a great feeling to kind of come together, especially with Alberta Shorts.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and congratulations.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for talking to me.
Yeah, so I'm the writer-director of the short film Crow. It's about a student who has to choose between kind of ridicule from her peers and her love of crows. It's very oddball, quirky, and there's a big murd mask in it.
Can you give us a little bit more detail about the film itself and maybe a couple of the characters that might be involved with it?
Yeah, for sure. So the whole idea, crows are the smartest bird, or one of the smartest birds. So the idea is that they remember faces. And so the lead character's name is Crow in this film because she loves crows so much. But she's kind of drawn the ire unintentionally from the birds. And so in order to remain friends with these birds that she loves so much, she has to wear a crow mask all the time. And so people start to make fun of her for it, but her true friends stand by her.
So how many of the cast or crew were folks you've worked with in the past or friends?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like key creatives, our production designer, our composer, our producers, our cinematographer are all, a lot of them were involved on that first short film like 10 years ago. But I'm really excited because almost all of the cast, this was their first foray into film ever. Martina Oshner is the one who plays Crow, and it was her first film project. And they knocked it out of the park, like just did such a good job, and it all felt very natural. It was great, yeah.
What does it mean to you to have this film represented here in Calgary?
It was kind of always a hope that we would get to screen in here, and this is the like international premiere of it, the world premiere, especially just because like the fact that we get to see it all for the first time with all of the cast and all of the crew, and it being the first project for so many of those people, is just very special.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you so much again.
It's a story that's kind of a cross-cultural tale about a cowboy who goes out on a quest for gold. And the trickster, the indigenous trickster Coyote, who kind of leads him down this path and takes him on a journey of adventure and life and calamity.
And how did the idea or film concept come about?
It's actually based off of an award-winning short story by the author Shane Rixu. And it was a story that really spoke to me, spoke to Cliff as well. We talked about it. And it just felt we had to make this. So I spoke with Wendy Walker, an Indigenous woman, and we adapted the story into a script and then wrote that and directed it together.
And for yourself, when did you kind of get involved with it?
Chris gave me a call. He said, "Let's meet for a beer. I got a story that I want to talk to you about." And so we went and had a beer, and he showed me the short story. So he said this would be an amazing experience to get on board with. And then Chris contacted Wendy, and it just kind of carried on from there. And just
How long in the making?
long time.
Probably a year and a half. From start to finish, when we actually sat down for our first conversation, decided to make it, to actually finishing, but we made it work.
It had a pretty big ensemble too, right? So there was like at least six actors in it. So to get everybody coordinated at one time, it was a challenge for sure. But he did amazing scout locations. Wendy did amazing directing. It just all came together, and it was just a beautiful film.
Well, thanks for your time. I do appreciate it, and congrats.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
It's a short documentary called A Common Humble Mind. It's a story about a guy that we met on set. He's got a pretty crazy story growing up in Cambodia. He immigrated here to Canada. He's lived an insane life. He's one of the most athletic and fit guys I know. He's 73 years old, and he is just shredded and just lives the happiest life.
A lot of great life advice in the movie. He just loves to spread his happiness to others, and we saw that story and said it had to be told.
And how did you guys even meet and get this story rolling?
We were cinematographers on a feature, like a short indie feature, and this guy was actually an actor, so he's an actor now part-time just for fun. So we met him there. He was telling us a story while we were on lunch one time, and we were like, wow, this guy's amazing. We kind of developed a friendship from there, and then we just decided we should shoot a short documentary about him, just interview him, see where it takes us. He's big into the judo lifestyle, and so judo is kind of where he gets all his perspective on life, and we just thought it was really interesting and something that we wanted to learn more about, and we figured other people should see that too.
Yeah, fair enough. And maybe I didn't really get your roles within the film, if you can maybe just mention that quickly.
Co-directed by us, edited by us as well, and produced, so we did everything. It was like a zero budge per se. We just kind of grabbed our camera and started shooting.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Congrats on getting your film in the festival, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
I couldn't be more happy to be at CIFF tonight with Taproot Actors Academy. It's a Kikino Métis settlement-based program founded by Tantu Cardinal. And this film is called Last Summer. It was written and stars all the youth of the program. They take a lot of ownership in telling this story about two friends who feel like they need to say goodbye at the end of the summer, where they felt they were going to have nothing but time. So it's a really beautiful story of friendship that these kids have brought a ton of themselves into the characters, and it's a beautiful celebration of their community.
And I can attest to the fact that we had a huge group of people up here for a photo. Were they all involved with the film?
That's right. Everyone at Taproot Actors Academy, all the youth that you saw up here are either in the show or are part of the writing team to create this film. This is very much their voice. It's their celebration of Kikino Métis settlement in particular. But in terms of just youth and Indigenous filmmaking, it's a celebration of them all to help these voices rise up. All the older folks, including myself, are the support team. A lot of the people who are up here are the parents or guardians or community members that contribute so much to the growth of Taproot Actors Academy, who contribute so much to this film. And me being a cinematographer, all I did was just try to show up and be the best I could for them to feel seen and celebrated and tell their story.
Sounds amazing to me. In terms of it being at CIFF, I don't know if you've had other projects here, but what does it feel like having this project at CIFF and to be a part of that?
My goodness. Being a part of CIFF truly is spectacular. You want to come in here? This is one of the stars of the show. This is Gavin Hardy, one of the amazing minds at Taproot Actors Academy. To be at CIFF together, all of Taproot is an incredible group of friends. We've all been a part of this program for 4 years now, and so we've all grown as artists, including myself. I'm 38 years old. I've been doing this for about 20 years. But to be doing it with people who are passionate about themselves, they have accountability for themselves, they have accountability for their community and their friends. To be able to grow all together as artists has been really incredible. So CIFF, to be able to celebrate that with people that we don't know is unmatched. It's absolutely incredible.
Amazing. Well, I want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this and sharing your time with me. And congrats on getting it all done.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you so much.